How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to TEXAN Tailgate, episode 45, the Pump Stream. I'm your host, Texan OG Day 1, and we are going to get tonight started and basically going to be unpacking the week. Joining us, we've got Facing Reality, got Crypto Compassion, got David Lee. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
How you think we're doing?
Oh, I can see it on your face. You are happy and excited.
Oh, dude, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
David, how's
I have
it
a
going,
good
man?
feeling what is coming. So yeah.
Oh,
Good
absolutely.
Hear you talking about the green candles and what it's like going through it. But yeah, doing wonderful, Robert. Appreciate it. Kids are home on spring break and it's good stuff.
You got the house to yourself, peace and quiet.
Good
You
to
can
hear.
relax.
Not tonight. Not for the next week, anyway.
Got you. Well, before we get started, we'll go ahead and just say hello to chat real quick. Got Mixed Crypto Arts. Good day, guys. Got X-Force 1. Good evening, Texicans. We got Quentin Cold H20. Good to see you. Got Facing Reality in here with us. Got Hex Glenn. Quentin Cold, much love, y'all. I'll try to hop in if I can finish up cleaning. Have to start dinner. No worries, man. Just whenever you're ready. Mobius, hello, Legends. And thank you so much, everybody, for being here tonight. I mean, the biggest thing that I've seen and noticed this week, primarily is, PulseX Sac Wallet moving funds into the Aave protocol, earning some very sweet yield, seeing, DAI and economic energy being bridged over into the Pulse Chain ecosystem. So everything Richard Hart tickers are pumping. So it's a really great sign. So, I mean, obviously you gentlemen have been through more cycles than I have. So just want to share your thoughts on what's to come and how you're feeling, and we'll just take it from there.
Oh, my feeling is already a couple of weeks ahead. Started getting those tingles a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, that feels really familiar. Yeah, and the closer we get, the more. And now that BTC is truly breaking out and testing close to all-time highs, and yeah, Dogecoin pumping, Pepe pumping, usually the meme coins just before. So yeah, pretty much all the signs are there. Now it's just sit back and enjoy the ride.
I'd be really interested to be the walls inside of like RH's like war room. Like I'd love to be a fly in the wall, because I'd imagine if we are feeling giddy and kind of like a kid on like Christmas Day, he has to just be like, especially how many cycles he's gone through, and understanding like the ebb and flows and the ability to market Pulse Chain, Pulse X and Hex when the floor is lava, so when the flows go down, to really ignite it. It's going to be really interesting. And then we got, which we probably don't like, is that institutional money coming in. It's good and bad. It's a double-edged sword. We know that. But like you said, Facing Reality, 12 to 18 months.
Yep.
See you later.
You probably won't hear me for a couple of weeks, months, probably.
Oh yeah. Got Tex Hex Facing Reality representing Riot. So.
Oh yeah.
The
real idiots of Twitter. Let's go.
I mean, there's no shortage, and I mean, some days are better than others. But I mean, for all the drama that goes on for Pulse Chain, one of the positives, or I should say Twitter, I'm sorry, is this is one of the loudest communities, and sometimes it's good attention is best, but sometimes bad attention works too, although that's not what I subscribe to. But yeah, it's just very interesting to see, all these, new projects popping up, and basically everybody's trying to, whatever they've got cooking, they're trying to get it out of the oven and get it served because, we're about to take off. And, it's basically, know your lottery tickets. What's your risk tolerance? What's your plan? And, I want to say we're probably going to be looking at a double top for Bitcoin. And, sometime next month, third week of April is going to be around the time of the halvening. So it's just really interesting to see things take off. And it's like I've said before, last call for alcohol at the bar. Get what you want now.
Yeah, happy hour is coming.
Happy hour's coming to an end.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm enjoying being here for the first time and through the pool is the indicators. And, we're seeing different ones last couple of weeks. And one of the cool ones I heard was where the Coinbase app is in the Apple App Store and stuff, and how much it's gone up. And the other thing that I think, and this may be part of now, John and Erwin, you have to let me know if this is what's happened at other times, but the last couple of weeks we've seen all these launch pads, right? And has that been a part, or is that new to this cycle? But it is also, it's an indicator too, right? That things are heating up.
Yeah, I even want to say they might be late in some cases and maybe early in others, because normally we wouldn't be in this stage of a cycle yet. Normally they would wait before Bitcoin gets through its all-time high, and then we get the correction, and that's usually the stage where new projects come. But since the market decided to take off, I almost get the feeling they might be late.
Pulse chain disrupting the cycle.
Yeah, David, there's been launch pads on number of chains, before this, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I was, involved in a number of launch pads in the last cycle, and some of them do pretty good. I thought about this recent one to get in. I didn't, but to me, it's a good indicator of if you just let them be the cheerleader. It's it's a bullish indicator of what's to come, especially from what I heard from DIY Donovan, the guy that's kind of helping pump this latest one. He stated that there was some major marketing companies behind this one. Supposedly that they have a lot of clout in the Super Bowl football arena as far as marketing, and they're well established. So I'm all for it. And they're also cross chain, and so they're trying to open up the bridges to Solana and Ethereum. So come on over to Pulse Chain. Let's go.
I agree. The more eyes, the better. The more pathways, the more possibilities, the more eyes. It's all for the good.
Absolutely.
We're also in a stage where you're going to see other people. We're all going to win, but you also have to be aware that there's going to be people within the community that are going to strike lightning in a bottle and win enormously. You're going to see people who catch the 1000x, and just be content with the ride you're on, because in traditional markets, no one would stub their nose at a 10x. I'm not saying that's the only thing you're going to get, but no one would just be like, oh, I'm going to buy a house this year for $200,000, and then in a year I'm going to sell it for $2 million. They just be like, oh my gosh, what house do I buy for that kind of return?
Yeah.
Most people would be happy if they bought a house for $200,000 and it was $400,000 in a year. So
yeah, valid point. Yep.
David, I was going to ask you, are you feeling better? Because I know last week you had said that everybody in the household had come down with the bug. So
Yeah,
you
yeah, we all had the flu. It was nasty, but yeah, we're all good now. Appreciate you.
of course, man, anytime. But yeah, one of the things I think is going to be so different is you have things in place that I want to say were not previously here for other cycles. Like you got lending protocols in place, you've got a lot more limit orders popping up. So I mean, there's so many resources and protocols to take advantage of. But what do you guys think that are going to be some of the best protocols, best things to take advantage of in this as we get further along? Because I decided like a couple days ago, like, you know what, I've made my last purchases, I'm done. What I've got is what I'm riding into the sunset with. So it's going to get to a point where it's not going to make sense to keep trying to DCA in. You're going to have to start thinking about DCAing out over the next 12 to 18 months. So just curious to hear what some of you guys' thoughts were on that.
Well, I mean, Erwin, we talked about, you were obviously into, TPGC, some of that stuff. I had a good phone call with Coach X today. That went well. He indicated that he has some other stuff cooking, so it's not just a one-stop shop. So there's still future stuff in the pipeline. I've on a total sidebar. I mean, I kind of got into Pulse Pot too. I don't gamble, but it's been on a little tear here recently, and I've been enjoying that. I mean,
yeah, we're getting into a stage where you can pretty much throw a dart in a board and just buy, and you will get at least a 10x out of it, pretty much guaranteed across the board. I mean,
oh, absolutely. We got 10 Top in the chat. What's up, Hexkins? Got Hex Force 1. Yes, Ethereum fees are getting too high to DCA, so I think I am done too. Glad aped in when I did. Yeah, so I've just been telling anyone who is new to crypto to look for ways to onboard economic energy into Pulse Chain. The only thing when it comes to new folks wanting to come into crypto and they don't have an understanding of the market cycles and what's about to take place, there's just some things I don't feel comfortable recommending, because you don't want to put somebody in a bad position where they can't buy, they can't stake, they can't unstake, they can't do what they need to do. And I know Coast is recently going through some issues with their banking partner, but they are working to get that fixed. And I know there's a couple other different ways you can purchase Pulse, gopulse.com, Change Now, which sometimes their rates are not always the best. And then I do remember hearing about an exchange, I think called Kanga. I think that's right. So just eventually over time, it's going to become a lot more easier to get into Pulse Chain. And once it proves itself in these cycles, I really feel like all the folks that have been putting up resistance to it, not wanting to list it, not wanting to give any kind of support to Richard Hart, we're going to see a lot of things change, because it's going to be the classic example of bullshit walks, money talks. I'm getting to I'm a little tired, but no, it's once we get to that point where it proves itself on the charts and it's not going away, and you see the SEC case get dropped, that's when I think people are gonna have a second opinion, change of thought. But I think we go ahead.
I think there's some of that from the dartboard, but one interests me from this instance is looking at some kind of the historical precedent, and the equivalent in the impact on human emotion. So I don't know if it even matters. If, like you said, you can throw a dart. So if any kind of fundamental analysis where you're talking about utilities, but from the historical precedent, right, during a gold rush, you would be the guy that sells the picks and shovels and tents and such.
Yep.
So I think that might be an extra layer of safety. So things like, our favorite wallet, internet money, and their buy and burn, and with Texan, things like that. Where you see this evolution of a project from applications of the technology, and I don't know if anyone has done it as quite as much as had it happen like it had with X and Texan, and I love those kind of things too, right?
Yeah, I expect a lot from HOA as well. It's a
Mm-hmm.
really vibrant community. It's always on. It's always there. This will bring a lot of eyes, especially during the bull run. They are already doing everything cross chain, working on Chia, working on other chains, getting exposure. So I expect a lot from HOA. The Atropa ecosystem is still interesting with the DAI and the teddy bears, and the BTGC ecosystem with Alien and Burn and Energy 808. So many. What else? Liquid. So many in those. And the way that they set it up with all the pools to divert the liquidity, so there's always trading going on to get it as stable. It's interesting to see when somebody, I mean, we still have to see, but they look extremely benevolent and they truly want to set something up that is for long term, with longevity. So yeah, I'm really bullish on those ecosystems for sure.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
Paul Florian too, eh? Those guys are out there ringing
Yes.
the bell and supporting everyone.
Yeah,
Yep.
and all these derivatives, or how you call it. What is it? What's it called again? Golly, slipped my mind. Reflection.
What
Yeah.
reflection, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sleep on what Kool-Aid's doing. Working
no.
on, yeah. I wouldn't sleep
Pulsar.
on that. Pulsar. I wouldn't. I know that a lot of people in the community, probably with good reason, kind of thought Jake and all that kind of stuff were kind of like boo, but you have, like I said, you have Crypto Kool-Aid and Kinetics, and there's a pirate that's behind it that's not going to be he's probably not going to be that vocal or face forward, but I'm pretty sure when I had dinner with him in Texas, he probably paid for a lot of these audits and a lot of the stuff for Pulsar. And a lot of these guys believe in it to the point where they're, I don't know. I just wouldn't sleep on Kool-Aid either. But that kind of goes back to what we were saying. There's, you kind of have to know that you can't be in everything. You're not going to catch every 3000X. You're going to see some people winning beyond belief. And then there's going to be, oh, poor me and the 15X guy over here, or whatever, it's like at the end of the day, you're not going to be sad about it. It's just jealousy could come into it. There's also what you were talking about, Erwin, as far as like the ups and downs where it's going to 10X and then drop 40% on you. And
Yes.
so that emotional roller coaster of just ups and downs, and then just, just surrounding yourself with good people that can continue to encourage you to be diamond fisted and diamond handed throughout the process, and finding good times. We got Rags, we got, Erwin here, we got all kinds of people that you surround yourself with that are gotta help encourage you to make the right moves at the right time and exit at the right time. And
Yes. If
yeah,
you wanted to get the 56 cents in hex, you had to endure what 80% dips or 6. How many were there?
yeah,
And with PTGC it was the same thing. I mean, if I was as confident in PTGC months ago as I was now, I would have had way more PTGC. But nobody expects these things to grow as much as they do. So you
So
see it drop 80%, and then usually you forget it. You always leave your coins there. You never sell everything, but dang, it's hard. It's sometimes hard to keep it and not sell it. It's yeah, Mobius. Yep, 500x. Let's freaking go, brother. Well deserved. I love it when good people get rewarded. He's been in our community for so long. Yeah, I love seeing those things.
yeah,
Well done, sir.
as soon as I fire off dry powder and I acquire, a gem over here, I see 2 more pop up on the, the other side of me, and I'm just like, man, it's almost like Pokemon. You got to catch them all, but you can't.
No.
So you just have to kind of, get as many as you can. But one of the things I've really considered doing is just taking notes and journaling up, like, all the different lottery tickets, and see, once this bull market is over with, just take a look and see what really performed, the best. And, I mean, if you're taking profits, you can always buy back in, because this is a multi-cycle game. So, if there's something that you're on the fence about, or you really believe in it and it did well for you, it's certainly, it's like, wow, this really, did really well for me during the bull run. I think I may want to pick it back up again. But Erwin, I was going to ask you, when it comes to PTGC, the greatest currency, I know it's a reflection token, but is there anything that makes it different from any other reflection token? Like, what's made it stand out the most? Because I hear people talking about it so much, and I need to look a little bit more into it, but I've always kind of steered, clear of the reflection tokens.
I mean, it's in the beginning, it paid out a lot. You could stake your PTGC in different forms. That was really beneficial. I don't think it's that generous anymore. But so for every coin that is derived under PTGC, it will give you another coin that is part of the whole ecosystem. So they literally buy each other up. So every time there's a transaction, it will be divided over all those, and then it's really interesting. I'm not really knowledgeable about it that deep. I just am here for a number go up. So, but if you want to have more code checks, is a good one. The Verse knows a lot about it, and Adam. So if you truly want to know more about it, I think it's safer to talk to them about it than before I say things that are just.
Oh no worries. And no,
I do like the whole ecosystem and the ratio trading between them. That is something I do enjoy.
Yeah, Coach X explained it to me that it's kind of like the S&P 500 of Pulse Chain, where they've taken the blue chips and they've connected their coin into liquidity pools with all these other coins, spread them out, and then the bot comes in and starts buying them up, and it's kind of like this web. It's so it's the tokenomics like a web that kind of crawls across the entire chain, and it's connected to all these pools. So it's kind of like if we took TEXAN and we decided to pool it up with HOA, and then you took TEXAN and you decided to pool it up with Inc. And so as everything kind of ratchets up, it's just going to draw up TEXAN. So TEXAN is just not only adhering to just Pulse going up. It's cool with all the other tokens kind of going up and kind of lifting it up. So
Absolutely. And Hexforce One, I just saw SimpleSwap added PLS to its exchange. I had to ask them a couple months ago to add. I've used it before, very easy. Wow, nice. And of course, we got Mobius, 1 million a day, like 10,000 a day.
Yeah, that was in the beginning with staking of BTGC. The payouts were insane.
Yeah, and when you stake it, you earn PTGC. And if you hold Alien, you earn 808 Liquid Burn PTGC. Wow, so it's crazy. It basically it's something that definitely keeps you interested and engaged for sure. But yeah, there's just so much stuff out there, and starting to see projects just like I said, they got to get it out now. I know a couple days ago we had Texas Independence Day, and saw that, and we still have election year coming up. We have the Fed wanting to potentially do some rate hike decreases, hopefully. So I mean, it's still this is a it's a loaded year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Should be interesting.
Exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I want
I
to
don't
see
know.
if it can maintain itself, how the stock market is going to keep up, and if it's truly a bull run. I'm always hesitant, but I see all the signs that we normally see. So yeah, I'm excited. Now it's just wait and see how far it will bring us or take us.
Yeah, even though I don't really care for Wall Street or BlackRock getting involved, I think it's just going to be I take that back. It could be really good for Pulse Chain as far as becoming the true DeFi decorrelated chain. But if there's an ETF for Ethereum, it's going to be like the 4th of July in crypto. I mean, it's going to be like the bull run of all bull runs. And then I have to think again, Richard has to be thumbing his, like, knowing that it's going to be like Star Wars, where you have like, the Empire, and then you have like the Jedis, where it's going to be like, you're going to have like BlackRock and like it's overtaken like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then you're going to have like the Pulse Chain, the shining city on the hill that's completely decentralized. And it's going to be like these two versions. Like, so like people from the outside looking in saying, oh, you're in crypto, but it's almost like these two tribes of crypto that are completely different. You know what I mean? So it's like you got the Empire and you get the Jedis. Of course, we're the Jedis, you know what I mean? And then you got, the Black Rocks of the world, trying to be your overlords and your Darth Vaders and, your bug eaters. And, we'll be off in Hexaco.
Let's go. No,
Let's go. Texaco.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just have a feeling for some reason that we might not get the Ethereum ETF.
Yeah.
This cycle or not?
This cycle, yeah. Why would you give the two biggest coins an ETF in the same cycle? If you truly want to, I mean, I don't know. Bitcoin is slowing down. Yeah, they can literally manipulate Bitcoin now. If they don't give an ETF to Ethereum, there's only one ETF left. So where does all the money go? Bitcoin. Why would you spread it out? I'm not sure. I don't know. Everybody expects an Ethereum ETF pretty soon afterwards. Well, when everybody thinks it's not going to happen. That's usually how it works. So I don't know. I just have a feeling that they're going to pump the living F out of Bitcoin.
Either way, we win. But yeah.
Exactly. And it's just as long as you think about all the possible possibilities that could arrive, once it's there, you will recognize it. If you haven't contemplated it yet, it will catch you off guard. It will come as a surprise. But when you have thought through most of the possible scenarios, then when it comes, you will identify it as such and act accordingly. At least that is what I'm trying.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
But I think with everything that's happening recently, especially with the PulseX Sac Wallet moving, funds across the bridge in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, it's obvious that, to me, the goal is to get Pulse and PulseX back to Sac price. And, there's a lot of people that are waiting for that, to either break even or they're waiting for a 2, 3, 5x. And it also makes for a good court case because, it makes the SEC look even more silly and ridiculous than they are, because it's like, well, the money taken from the sacrifice is actually being used to benefit the holders of these assets, and an opportunity, a window is being created for them to get out if they truly want to get out. So I just, like I said, they went for the low-hanging fruit, and it's just fear, market manipulation. All they have to do is, we're the SEC. All they have to do is badmouth or accuse somebody of something, and then people automatically buy into it because we hold people and organizations and on a pedestal when we shouldn't be. So. But it's real interesting. But I personally feel that it's going to get dropped, and when it does, that's when people are just going to, be like, let's go at that point.
Yeah. I just can't see them giving Vitalik Buterin and ETH ETF and give him the chance to dump ETH at 20K or whatever what it would go. I don't know. I just don't see it happen.
He's not the guy that's
Just a
going to pay
hunch.
that bill, though, probably, right?
Sorry?
It's going to be the guys at BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard, JP Morgan. I think there's probably a price tag. I firmly believe they're corrupt, mostly incompetent, so they probably won't even get as much as they could. But if the powers that be want an ETH ETF, they'll pay for it. And they'll be able to find someone to accept.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, if it's like in the case of Bitcoin, where they've been getting their position since, 2016, 2017? Now that we know, have they been doing it? Do they have a sufficient enough position in ETH to feel comfortable to push for the ETF?
Yeah.
Those are a couple questions I got. What made me think when you were talking?
Yeah, and that's the thing, is we keep seeing the price of Ethereum go up. Therefore, gas prices are going up. So it's I do not know if they're going to implement any kind of solutions to solve their scaling issues. But it's still, that is where a lot of big money and value is. So, I mean, whether at the end of the day we can, I can find all the reasons in the world why I hate Ethereum and why I don't want to use it, but it's not going away, because, the people who are benefiting and sitting in a really great position are the earliest adopters, and that's really what it is in crypto. It's building a position and holding. And one day I truly do believe that everyone in the Pulse Chain ecosystem is going to be sitting pretty, just like the people in Ethereum. I mean, I would really hope and love to see price of one Pulse equal, or if not higher, to what the current price of ETH is. I know that's a long ways away, but it's like 10, maybe 5, 10 years, 15, I don't know, but
That's a big number.
It's a really big number.
That's really. Oh my good! I think the market cap would be in the hundreds of trillions then.
Brother, $1 would make me a billionaire.
Yeah.
No. I don't want just $1. I want
I
one
know.
Pulse
Yeah.
to be equivalent to the same price of Ethereum, if not more. That's
I'm sure.
I know I
Yeah.
sound like a madman right now, and I am most of the time.
Yeah, that's I mean, hey, I'm a moon boy with the best of them. I could dream too, but
I mean,
I'm
we
just
can all
saying,
dream, you know.
Jeff Bezos, Amazon, step aside.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen crazier things. So if they keep on devaluating the currency, then everything is possible.
Yeah, Mobius, $60 a swap today. So
Yeah,
definitely,
it's
yeah, he's referring to Ethereum, and I have a feeling we're going to eventually see $100 swaps, if not more. And I'm not. Look, I'm just calling it like it is. It's, the writing's on the wall. It is. At the end of the day, we have no real control over that. You can either pay it or don't pay it. Can you imagine that? And Mobius said a penny is good. No, I don't want just a penny. I want Pulse Chain to flip ETH is what I want.
Oh, it could do. I mean, what would the market cap be if how much is 300 billion for ETH now?
Yeah. I just want to buy a plot of land that I can build a house on and have
It's
my own
100x now.
basement.
Pulse Chain then. Yeah, man.
Yeah, the market. Hey, the market cap's actually 420 million, just for your sake, on Ethereum. Just to let you know, weird number, but so yeah, we're at what, 20? Are we at 20 billion on Pulse right now? Is that what Go
You
Pulse
know what? I'm gonna
says?
check.
We got Go
We are
Pulse.
now at 2.5 billion. So that's 120x. If you wanna, at least, what is Ethereum now? Ethereum is 418. So that would be a 170x to reach current Ethereum market cap, excluding OA.
The one thing that I'm curious to see as we get to the end of this bull run is when I think about the DAI that's in a lot of these, Aave protocols, and I look at Sami's tweets, because, a lot of these people that really do the on-chain analysis and they put the numbers up there. I thought I saw like 104 million DAI staked and the yield was like 800,000 a month. I'd have to go back and recheck the tweet, but I'm like, do you think it would be possible for everything in the RH ecosystem to maintain its value or continue to pump even in the bear market on just yield alone? No?
No, that's that. Even if it was $1 million a month, that is 12 million for the whole year. The wall on Hex is bigger than that.
So
that's not a lot of money. Yeah, that's 12 million in a year. That's not a lot of money.
So it's going to take a lot more economic energy to move the price. Gotcha.
Yes. You're probably going to see more volume daily on Pulse Chain soon. Just in one coin. Just $12 million daily volume. Those are the things you're going to see soon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I don't think.
Yeah, and just to let you know, I don't think RH is going to be in that protocol for like ever. I heard that this particular protocol was allowing for stakers to stake, and it's a protocol in which there's billions tied up in it. But I also heard that there's a airdrop you're allowed to get an airdrop for staking. So he's probably playing an airdrop opportunity, which you may think, oh, what could you get? I don't know. It could be a lot of money depending on how much you have. I mean, Erwin, were you in Uniswap's airdrop?
Yes.
By chance? And that was like $2,000 for every
$2,700 or something, or $2,100.
So for some people, if you decided to do 10, 20 wallets, that was a good payday. was a very
I
good payday.
wasn't one of the smartest ones, no. But you had to do a certain amount of transactions as well.
Transactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ampleford was a really good one. I wish I hold that coin, but it's same with Uniswap. But Hex outperformed them all, so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, some people made out really good. They did the transactions. They got a Uniswap, and then they rotated it into Hex.
Yep. I saw on my own end stake a $3,800 end stake fee at the prime of the bull market. Luckily, I didn't have any stakes, but you could see what your future stakes will be thereabouts. And I saw $3,800. Like, this is gonna hurt in the future. Golly. Well, yeah, we'll see. Luckily, we have pulse chain. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. And wow, Mobius, I saw $2,500 since last bull market.
Cent?
I'm guessing that's cost to
In
send a
stake,
trend.
maybe.
That or end. S just got added. Big fingers.
Yeah.
Because $2,500 for a cent? Golly, really? Was that even possible?
Or maybe a
It
swap.
would have surprised me, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he knows what these are going to be at the height of the bull. It's going to be insane.
It's gonna be to send a token. Golly.
Whew.
That's the thing that's going to send pulse chain up that
Golly.
top 10 ladder too.
It's great marketing.
Oh yeah.
It's great marketing.
Golly.
You don't think that Richard's gonna just eat that up too when he finally decides to be the, like, how do you call it? You call it the
I told you so.
I told you so, but when you're late to the party, it's like the what's that word that when you're late to a party on purpose? Anyways,
No.
Richard's
doesn't ring a bell.
he's been quiet for a while, and there's a reason. And then he
Mhm.
gets to come in and say, "I told you so." Is right? Like when the gas is
Mhm.
ginormously expensive, and he could say, "Hey, liquid." And he also said, "Hey, Pulse X was going to be the most liquid DEX." Probably wasn't lying, so he's probably going to get all these PRC 20s where they actually have value. I mean, I could be wrong. Fashionably late. There it is. X Force 1's on it. He's
Oh, yeah.
fashionably late. That's the one.
Fashionably late. Yeah.
Fashionably late. Mr.
Mhm.
Fashion himself, Louis Vuitton, knows when to enter the party. Not early. Let everything cook, let the foundation be built, and then come in and
Yeah, I expect nice things in the future, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What's Bitcoin doing at the moment? What we at? 63.5.
It's not dipping like everyone kind of thought it was going to yet. It's amazing.
3.8.
We had green candles on the weekly close, did we?
Yup. Oh, it's almost at 64 again.
Mm-hmm.
It looks strong, man. Golly.
Wow.
Ethereum's 30,
Yeah,
like
interesting.
34. Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting week. Also, the moon cycle is coming up. So
Is it
so
going to be a
bullish
new
energy.
moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, new moon.
Yeah, we still have plenty to go.
Yeah.
What is Hex doing? How's Hex looking? Still at a penny.
Share some charts, man. Let's see some charts.
Yeah.
Hey, if one of you want
Beautiful at a penny.
go for it.
Woohoo.
Take a look at this one, bud. When you get a chance, put it in the private chat. And it may not be your greatest currency doing 100x, but I'm excited for this one. Not because of the gambling aspect, but also the sports betting, which I think will be cool for Bulls Chain to have. Did you pull it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
PLSP?
Yeah. I think in the last 3 days it's up at least a 2x. I think it's like $7. It's ripped up to 14.
Looks good.
Yeah. X out on that little spot up there, buddy.
Which one?
You're not seeing up to your far right. Keep going. There you go.
So it has
There.
$1 million in liquidity.
Yeah.
It has 2,000 holders. That's
Yeah.
nothing.
And then
Already $1 million in liquidity. So market
And then
cap
if
is
you-
14 million.
if you scroll down to the buys here, just use like your keep going, like you scroll down like just like use your, yeah, there you go. If you look at it, you have all these micro buys, which is really interesting. So the casino, what it does is the fee takes the fee and it buys the token and burns it. And so all these little micro buys are from like the fees from the casino. And so when they introduced sports betting, so they had a betting thing with, Ben Armstrong, they had a betting thing for him. But then like in 2 months, when they do the sports betting, they'll probably open it up to like the NBA, soccer or football, the NFL. And so the pots will get even bigger, which means the fees will get bigger, which means those little micro buys will, to probably turn into $50 or $100 buys every 3 minutes. And then it's just burning the token, buying it, burning it. Yep. Anyways, kind of a project I kind of got into just recently, and it's kind of like, oh wow, this looks like it's gonna do pretty good.
Nice.
Nice.
Well
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, the next full moon, by the way, is going to be on March the 10th. Going to be a new moon, and then I believe the next full one is going to be on March 25th. So some people don't really pay, astrology too much attention, too much mind, but I tend to find that, whenever I do have dry powder at the ready, you got to take a look and see, what kind of a cycle you're in, because it seems like sometimes every time I do get dry powder and I'm ready to deploy, it's like the price is going up, and it's like, no. As soon as you get it, you want to fire off and buy something, and it's like, no, I need to wait. I need to wait a week or two, because I'm going to get much better deal for my money at that point. Ooh, got Vibra Finance. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
My brother
go.
from another mother.
Rich Liberation, Texan. Vibra Finance, Irwin's the king of ratios.
I do like my ratio trading, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rich Liberation, exciting times ahead. Mobius 100%. And, has the buy and burn every round. So, yeah, that is really cool, really awesome. And I keep seeing so many projects incorporating buy and burns now. And, it makes a lot of sense, because it definitely helps. Because that's the number one problem in crypto, is when you run out of buyers, which I really, love the concept of the UP and the UPX token from Haunted, which Crypto Heartbeat recently had him on his stream, and they were doing an interview. So we'll just have to see, how that plays out. But, for people who don't have enough Pulse or Pulse X, and they want to run certain strategies, I think, the UP and the UPX token is like an excellent alternative. So it's just great to give people options. So, and like I said, once we have the actual hard data to look at, once, this bull market has ran its paces, you can see, like, charts speak for themselves, what ran the hardest and what worked and what didn't work. So and that's all we really have to go by is data of past performance, past cycles, and yeah, just amazing things.
I think we'll have great data with Irwin and Adam and Texaco of us just doing nothing for like months sometimes until we start building our economic digital nation. Just take a good break for a minute, and relax and know that you went through a roller coaster ride through the bear. You went through a roller coaster ride through the bull. You survived. It was a good 3-year process, and now you get to reward yourself.
Yeah.
You worked hard to DCA. You were setting aside money, buddy, to DCA into these projects, and you're probably working overtime and all those things that you had to do to acquire more tokens. And now it's going to have the opportunity to pay off. So,
heck yeah.
As
long as I can build a sustainable life for my kids, I'm good. That's all I want to have out of it. That's all I need.
I mean, isn't that what, like people kind of have these targets in mind, and it's like, to me, it's like I try to tell people, well, what's your freedom target? I mean, we always talk about one Lambo or whatever. It's like, what's your freedom target? What allows you to unplug from the matrix? What allows you to not be a slave? What allows you to put, things on your terms and your family's terms, where you get to be like a full-time entrepreneur now, because I always think that I'll never really quit or retire, but at least I'll be doing things on my terms.
Yes. Well, if you can create self-sustainability, you pretty much don't need money. So we're already creating a lot of things for ourselves. But if we could do it community-wise, you don't even have to work for it yourself, because you will always produce more than you actually need. You could literally hire outside forces. You could local neighborhood and actually supply them with proper work that is paid properly. Because once you have a self-perpetuating system that doesn't need profit because everybody's already rich, all the profit that comes out of the system that you sell outside, you can use that money to get outside forces to work for you. It's a self-sustaining system. But you can only start it when you don't need money anymore, because everybody now does it with an eye on profit. But if you don't need any profit and everything is self-sustainable, then I don't need a Lambo. But what kind of use can I get out of a Lambo? It literally does nothing for me. Give me a tractor or an excavator or, I don't know, a welding machine, workshop, so you could produce things. That's what I want.
That's one of the things I'm looking forward to most, knowing the heart that's in this community. And John, you like to say it, you're the agents of change. And we've seen Danny, at the right hand, and other people doing philanthropic, action. That's the mind blower that I think that is hard to get my mind around. Knowing the quality of people that are going to be resourced. The world doesn't know what's coming.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm looking forward in this next weekend to see Danny in Las Vegas. It was really good to meet him in person. And, I was going to stay and hang out at his house. And, his wife was like, oh, change your plans. Come. And I said, hey, I got to get back. But you know what? You guys are the right kind of people. I'll be back. Because I know that, it's that you kind of get that sense of like we've always said, like right time, right place, right people. And, hey, he's been blessed with the opportunity to have a great place in Texas that has like like a house that has a lake in front of it, pretty much. I mean, it's ridiculous. And anyways, I'm really looking forward to meeting him again in Vegas and kind of share that synergy of that giving back heart that he has. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for my next trip to the USA. The last one was in 21. Was it 21, Adam? I think it was 21. I'm not sure.
Well, and they're coming your way too, buddy. I think
When?
I don't know when. I don't know. I'll find out. But I know they're coming over to. They are coming over to Europe.
Yeah, well, the Pulse Chain Tour too. I think in June, July, it's going to be in Europe.
That's what I was talking about every year.
Yeah.
Will they come to Portugal as well, or is it going to be more like England? And
I don't know.
I know Berlin was one of them too. One of the dates.
Hey, you know what they will do is they have an NFT where they will go anywhere in the world if you buy the NFT. So you'll just have to buy the NFT.
Yeah.
And they'll throw a party. They'll throw a party for you wherever you're at.
Drinks included. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the problem is if I would have to drive by car, it's pretty much impossible. So every location in Europe is a 2-day drive from here. So I need to do it by plane.
Sorry, I'm pulling up some charts and just taking a look, seeing what's going on. Go ahead, David.
I just said nice. I never look at charts, so when you guys pull them up, it always makes me happy.
Oh yeah, just taking a look at TEXAN, seeing it's been holding strong. Been seeing every time we have a bit of a pump, we have a little bit of a retracement, which is to be expected. And over time, liquidity and volume is definitely going to get thicker. So it's good to have a nice grassroots organic growth to things. Then we take a look. X is doing what it's doing. Pulse X, Pulse, and then the one that's been pumping the hardest that Richard has been tweeting about is INC, which is honestly that's the bait to really attract the bigger players into this ecosystem. So I mean, the name of the game is it's about liquidity, and whoever can take care of the liquidity providers the best wins, period. So, money is going to go where it's treated best. And, we're just seeing some really amazing things, and the pump is being primed, and it's just a matter of time. So, right now, best advice I could give to anybody is if there's anything that you want to make a last minute purchase on, use new dry powder, fresh capital. Don't be selling token A to get into token B. Just hold on to what you have. If you want something else, just buy it.
Yeah, unless you got lucky on a coin and got 100x or 200x, then you're allowed to rotate in coins that haven't moved yet. That's actually a smart move. Because something that already did a 300x. If it does another 3x, it's already 900x. So it's getting harder and harder for them to do multiple. So if you're lucky in a coin, rotate slowly in coins that haven't moved yet. That's how you get your multiple on your multiple on your multiple.
And by looking at a lot of those charts, now's a good time. There's a lot of consolidation going on.
Planes, trains, and facing reality. Let's go.
Let's see.
Yeah, lots of good formations on these charts. Looking tasty.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's just we've waited so long for this to finally happen, and now it is happening. And if I do experience something known as sudden wealth syndrome, and I feel the burning desire to do something stupid, I'm going to call one of you guys and I'm going to put you on payroll and be like, I will send you crypto. I just need a little therapy. Like, David,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about something that involves an axe and fire, and uh, I need a moment of your time if you don't mind.
Well,
Anytime,
if
buddy.
we, sorry, go ahead.
Anytime.
But yeah, it's just exciting because it's a journey, and you know, oh, got Gunner Boat 37. Hey guys, thank you
What
so
up,
much for
brother?
joining us. Happy to have you here with us. And yeah, I mean, it's you know, got people who've been through many cycles. So I mean, to them, this is nothing. For some of us that haven't been through as many, it's kind of like but sometimes you just have to find other things to do with your spare time, and not market's going to move when it's going to move. And I'm just happy now that I don't have to buy crypto anymore. I'm done. I'm cutting
Yeah,
myself off.
yeah. Well, if we do some insane moves in the upcoming weeks or month, and you're able to take a little bit off and are able to pay off loans or debt, I would say go for it. You first think of yourself, don't think of, because you never know what the upcoming year is going to do. If you can
Mhm.
take a small percentage out and get yourself out of debt, do it. It's
Yeah,
a
not
really liberating feeling. I've had that most of my life. It was most corporate, but it's always a chip on your shoulder. And the moment I got debt free, I have no remorse about selling my crypto to get out of that debt back in
oh
21.
yeah, yeah, and debt relief is stress relief, and the thing about it is we definitely want to pay off our debts, and that's a good thing. But also we need to have something working for us in the background. You need to have something that's earning you money while you sleep, because I've thought about this a lot. Like, am I ever going to truly get paid what I'm worth in this life by working for another person? And that's a very loaded question that can be very debated back and forth. But
Yeah.
honestly, I don't want to depend on earned income the rest of my life. I want to have things working for me. I mean, it's no different than people who save for retirement, or they buy stocks, bonds, CDs, gold, silver,
Yeah.
because it gets to a point we get older and you just can't do the things that you used to do. And then you get to a point where it's like, man, I'm like 40, 50, 60 years old. I don't want to do this anymore.
No.
You know? So, but
Yeah.
yeah, crypto ethos, that was awesome. This is exactly what we need to hear. First bear, first bull in crypto got in February 2022. Well, welcome. Congratulations. So glad to have you here.
Perfect.
Yeah, just do not nuke yourself. Do not give out your seed phrase, and do not connect to things that you apps, tokens, like just practice security and self custody, and you will be in hold.
Yeah.
You will
The
be
fact that
golden.
you're here, yeah, exactly. The fact that you stayed during the bear market, it will reward you. The universe always wants to have balance. So if you have suffered, it will reward you afterwards.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and yeah, and yeah, I've been trying to figure out when listening to you guys and this great community has really helped so much. Well, thank you so much. We're glad that
Man,
we try to provide as much value and give back to the community as possible. So it's just one of those
yes.
things, you know.
That is
We're
so
all
unique about the whole community that we created over the past 4 or 5 years. It's
mhm.
something that I haven't seen before. And I've been in a lot of communities in my in my time, but this is truly special. It's starting to get a cliche because everybody's saying it, but it is truly special what we have created. The generosity that we saw back in 21, it was insane from Hex. I had a stream today with Crypto Vince, And I can still remember that back in the day then where people were really struggling with houses or medical, and he was always one of the first guys to pitch in and get that weight on his shoulder and make sure that people got whole. And those things you probably gonna see again in the next bull run, and it's so liberating. It gives hope, it gives purpose, and the fact that we created this community with the connections that we have and the emotions that we have shared together, that is something that is going to pay off multiples in the upcoming year. These connections that we have created now, those will never go away.
Oh, absolutely. And I love seeing people in the Pulse Chain ecosystem collaborating, communicating, working together. And where I really see where Brandon is really trying to,
Yes,
he's really leading by example, by taking his YouTube channel that he's built from the ground up. And now he wants to, use it as a platform to share with other content creators to, help give back and help, make, it's like he's made himself successful. I don't want to compliment him too much because I know he hates that. But I mean, it's like once you find your path to success, the only way to become more successful is to help other people to become more successful. Like you managed to climb up there, so it's great when people throw a ladder, throw a rope down and be like, hey man, come on, climb up.
Yeah.
Brings joy and spreads joy.
exactly.
Oh yeah. Well, does anyone have any closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
Rad is kicking ass on the weekend review.
Oh yeah, I was extremely skeptical about what Rex was doing with his channel, but after a couple of weeks, it's freaking brilliant.
Yeah, I love her.
She's
She's
really,
covers
really
the whole
smart.
world
Yeah.
in a really quick and a concise way, and good stories. So kudos to her.
Don't underestimate the ginger.
So,
Oh,
Smart cookie.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, this is TEXAN Tailgate episode 45, the pump stream. So, Crypto Compassion, Facing Reality, David Lee, thank you guys so much for coming on.
thank you,
And
gentlemen.
yeah, absolutely. And we will be back next Sunday. So, hope everybody has a great night and enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you next time.
Take care, legends.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
There you go.
Peace.
Take care. Bye bye.